All right. Well, it is Monday night. That means it's time for some Soulherder action. I'm Joe, known to some as Merfolk Joe. Merfolk, however, will be on Wednesday evening. Monday nights reserved for fun blink magic, ephemerate, Soulherder, lots and lots of value. I've been playing this sort of Bant list just with a very, very light black splash. There's only 2 cards in the entire 75 that use black mana. It's the Hostage Taker and Siege Rhino. To support the splash, I've got a single Overgrown Tomb and the 4 Birds of Paradise. I feel like on this list, the question I've been asked like the most is why Birds of Paradise over Noble Hierarch? And that's it. It's nothing too fancy. It's just to support the 4th color that I'm playing. If an opponent has like a Field of Ruin and they blow up my Overgrown Tomb, I'm not playing a basic Swamp. There's just not enough of a black splash to justify actually running a basic Swamp. So if they do blow up my Overgrown Tomb, the birds are just going to help me potentially cast my 2 black spells. And if I get totally screwed on my black mana, then it's not the end of the world. It's just 2 cards, so they are very high impact cards. It's why I'm running them. So hang on, just let me set this microphone up a little bit better. All right, so I was starting to say I've been playing with this list a bunch over the past week or maybe 2 weeks at this point. Hey Ferdy, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good evening. Been playing the list for about a week, maybe 2 weeks, making modifications. I saw a French Magic player in the Discord channel stream an event. I think it was like a modern preliminary or something like that, and it did really well. It's actually, I don't want to get the name wrong, Amatox. I think he went like 5-3 or something in the event. Really tight play throughout, really a great showcase for the deck's power. A couple of unfortunate wins, just, you can top deck badly, that kind of thing. But he was running 2 Uros, and that kind of reminded me I enjoyed being on 2 Uros. I had been on 1 for a long time, but I ran 2 before that, and at this point I'm back on 2. Before I watched... oh, I'm sorry, Ferdy. Hey DV, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you guys. DV, could you possibly grab a link to the Discord for Ferdy, please? I mean, I could grab it if you guys want, if you can't do that, but in the meantime, I can just keep going with the deck tech. I was starting to say before that event that I watched Amatox play yesterday or the day before, I watched for the first time in a while, Gabriel Nassif was picking the deck back up. For those of you who don't know, he's actually the founder of this deck, the creator. He came up with the idea. Saffron Olive sort of picked up the idea, ran a league with, I think, Gabe Nassif's list, and either 5-0'd or 4-1'd with it, and then he actually ran a budget blue-white list with, I think, Sun Titan and Ephemerate, obviously, those kinds of things, maybe Flicker Wisp. And I think he actually did really well with that budget list also. And so Saffron Olive has like a bazillion followers, and so he helped popularize the deck. But anyhow, the point is I watched Gabe Nassif play the deck for the first time in a long time. He was on the old school 4 Force of Negation and 4 Path to Exiles. And I just feel like I have felt like recently I really want my interaction in this metagame. Path to Exile is so good against these prowess decks. It's just good against everything, basically. Even control decks. Even the control decks are pretty uniformly running Stoneforge Mystic. So, they get Stoneforge on the battlefield. They're going to strap a sword to it, maybe even put Batterskull on top of it. They pay all of that mana to equip stuff, and then you just path it. It's a pretty big blowout tempo-wise. And, obviously just helps you not get killed by their intimidating equipment. So I felt excellent with paths, right? Because you've got like aggro strategies, mid-range strategies, combo strategies are going to be goblins these days, right? I mean, then you've got Devoted Druid. It's like really rare decks that don't get hit by Path. Pretty much the only one that comes to mind is Ad Nauseam. Even Neo form, like pathing a Gristlebrand, will often be pretty good. So 4 paths, feeling great about that. And again, sort of inspired by watching Gabriel Nassif recently. I had been on just 3, but can't really justify running fewer than 4 in this deck, I think, because we're pretty slow. We have to stop the aggro before we die. And the 4 forces are just going to sort of pick up everything else that Path doesn't catch. It's going to be great against combo matchups and control matchups, that kind of thing. Something that I think my deck does that others don't is it tends to run, not tends, it's running more higher impact sort of bullet type creatures that we can grab with Chord of Calling. Some other lists, there's so many different lists right now between 60 cards and 80 cards and Black Splash and Red Splash and just straight up Bant. In my 60 card list, instead of running like more 2-drops like Walls, or I had been running Nyambi up until very recently, Charming Prince, that kind of thing. I've got the second Uro, obviously Siege Rhino, Hostage Taker. Venser is stock. You really, if you're playing this deck, you should have at least 1 Venser. And Stonehorn Dignitary. Again, the deck is kind of slow, and if we can get Stonehorn down and blink it a few times, it's usually enough to get us stabilized. So Ferdy, I mean, the idea is we're a toolbox deck. We've got 2 chords in the deck. I dropped the chords from 3 to 2 recently just because you don't really always want chord. It can come a little bit later in the game. You don't necessarily want it in your opening hand. So 2 chords just makes all of the creatures effectively, it's extra copies, right? So you can naturally draw Siege Rhino, or you can just use chord to go grab Siege Rhino. Chord of Calling, really, really excellent to loop with Eternal Witness if you've got Ephemerate going. Catch the rebound with Ephemerate. Use Eternal Witness to grab the Ephemerate on your main phase, just if the opponent's tapped out. Ephemerate Ewit right away, grab that Chord of Calling, tap all your creatures, go get a Soulherder, and then you're sort of off to the races. You sort of mean in the sideboard too. Well, one of the reasons I really like running 60 cards is it doesn't dilute the likelihood of drawing some of your highest impact spells. For example, the 4 Path to Exiles. When you go up to 80 cards, you start to run, in order to sort of make sure you have some interactive spells, you need to add things, whether it's going to be suboptimal white exile spells, like Oust, or that's not even an exile spell. I think it just puts a creature like second from the top or something. If you're splashing black, you might want to run Assassin's Trophy, that kind of thing. But in 60 cards, you can just run 4 paths and be pretty sure you're going to draw one of them at some point in the match. First reason for running 60 cards. Second reason is when you go up to 80 cards, it increases the variance as far as drawing lands. Even if your proportions of lands and spells are the same, you just got more cards in the deck, so the chance of hitting a pocket of like 5 lands just goes up dramatically when you're running 80 cards. I've just found through experience. With the companion rule the way that it is now, I don't feel that the benefit of having access to Urian is worth diluting. Again, sort of the likelihood that we're going to draw the clutch spells that we're running 4 ofs, and it doesn't offset the risk of getting flooded or screwed on your mana. There are people having a lot of good luck with 80 card decks, and if you enjoy running 80 cards, then of course feel free to keep doing that. I'm not saying that it's garbage. I'm just saying I started finding it underwhelming after they changed the companion rule. With the old companion rule, 80 cards all day. Like, being able to just cast Urian as soon as you hit 5 mana was bonkers, but it's just so much clunkier with the revised rule. So Ferdy is a good question. Odysseus, welcome to the stream this evening. Did have a nice weekend, and It's summertime, so even weekdays are starting to feel a little bit like weekends. I did have a few appointments for work today, but generally pretty laid back. To answer Ferdy's question about Urian main, I did have it main maybe even last week on last week's stream. I believe I did. But I made some changes recently after watching Gabriel Nassif's stream. I did want to add 2 forces. I was only on 2, and I had to add the 3rd path, which meant I had to trim some cards. So I think I went down 1 Soulherder. Soulherder's always been a card that sort of okay to trim on because it can be super awkward in the early part of the game. It can be great in the early part of the game. If it goes unanswered, you could just like run away with the game. But it can also get hit by like a lava dart. So a little bit of a liability in the early game. I never have felt like terrible about going down on Soulherders. For a long time, I was actually running a singleton. Then I went back up to 4. And now I'm currently on 2. Again, to make space for these very important interactive spells. So went down a Soulherder. I think I might have gone down an Ewit from 4 to 3. I also added an Uro to go up to 2. I trimmed Nyambi, and I think I trimmed Urian. It just cuts off the curve a little bit. I have found with Urian in the main deck as a singleton, in combination with Cord, it just came up in so few matchups. Like, you need to have, you need to be able to generate 8 mana worth of resources for Cord to get Urian, and if you've got that, odds are you're probably already doing pretty well, and Urian's probably going to be a little bit win more. So it just felt like it wasn't really the highest impact card. And as a 5-drop, it can be obviously pretty clunky in your opening hand. So at this point, the curve pretty much stops at 4 with Siege Rhino. Well, this part of the screen that you guys see here. All right, so to address your point about singletons in the sideboard, again, it goes back to running 60 cards. The benefit of having a nice trim deck is, if you run a nice sort of package with singletons, let's just pick a matchup. For example, Eldrazi Tron, right? I'm probably going to bring in 2 Pithing Needles, 2 Disdainful Strokes, Ceremonious Rejection, Winds of Abandon, and I guess that's it, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards against Eldrazi Tron, something like that. Maybe even Spore Frog, so 6 or 7 cards. 6 or 7 cards in a 60-card deck is 10% of the deck. Pretty likely to see one in your opening hand, and if not then across the first few turns of the game. Whereas if you run singletons in an 80-card deck, even with like a package approach like this, it again just getting diluted across 80 cards. In an 80-card deck with Chord of Calling, you can still get away with running singletons, but you really just want to run creatures so that you can grab anything you need with Chord of Calling. Again, with the smaller deck size, I feel much more comfortable running these spells that can't be tutored for with Chord of Calling, just because, again, the deck size allows me to draw one of these spells that I'm going to bring in for any given matchup. All right, so real quick before I jump into the league this evening, really appreciate you guys joining me, and if you enjoy watching Soulherder content, I'd really appreciate it if you could give me a follow. I think I'm currently at like 147 followers, so if we could get up to 150 this evening, that would be really awesome. So if any of you guys aren't currently following me, again, I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. I'm gonna go ahead and join this Modern League. I've been playing queues. I think like my record with this deck, not to jinx it or anything, has been pretty solid since I made these changes. If I just check my game history over the last week or so, I think this is where it began when I just started jamming queues. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games with only 2 losses. So like 9-2 in queues. I think one of the losses was to Goblins, and the other one was to Tron with Natural Tron on turn 3, even through Disruption. So sometimes you just can't beat Tron. But in general, it's felt great. So fingers crossed that we get good matchups. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. Okay. Looks like we are not on the play, and opponent's mulliganing. This is one of those awkward hands that you can get. I've got ramp into just sort of mono 4-drops. I'm on the draw, so I'm going to have 2 turns to hit either a 2-drop or a 3-drop or another land to start getting going with these things. And since the opponent's mulliganing, I feel like I can probably get away with keeping this. Ferdy, you should check out Saffron Olive's Blue-White Soul Miria. I'm going to keep this. Opponent's mulliganing to 5 probably means they're on Tron, in which case maybe the Venser would be good. Welcome to the stream, Faust. Happy to see you here. Opponent's mulliganing to 4, so hopefully we have time to sort of shore up this clunky hand here. Opponent could be playing like Neobrand, just mulliganing to their combo, in which case we'd love to draw a force. Yeah, Tron was a called shot there. All right, so we've got our 4th mana here, but we'd love to draw a 2-drop or a 3-drop for next turn. If they falter on Tron at all, we can start bouncing their lands with Venser and try to get ahead of the curve. All right, looks like all right. This is awesome. It's one of those mulligans that Tron takes where they don't actually just immediately get off to the races. So again, pretty clunky. But we can start bouncing Tron lands as early as next turn. If they play a map or something, we can just force that on their turn. Okay. I think I'm just going to jam. Let's see. I think I might lead with Siege Rhino here just to start getting my beatdown going. So I can still get blue-white here, though. Now I have something to pitch to force. I'm going to get double blue before double green today. Well, right now, I should say. I had an epic misplay in a situation like this where I got sort of confused by my mana, felt that I couldn't cast Siege Rhino and just passed the turn by mistake. I'm going to let that resolve. Don't really care about Ancient Stirrings. So now we can just bounce that and... Well, a land would be awesome here. Well, we didn't get the land, but not the end of the world. I'm gonna go to their upkeep here. Hang on a second. Okay, 6 power on the board. We'll be able to play something next turn. I'm gonna let that resolve too. They already made their land drop, so they have Tron in hand at this point. Okay, so again, gonna make plays on their upkeep. I'm gonna go for Ephemerate. I'll still have Force backup and instant speed like with Coatl, I guess. This all looks fine. No, well, yes, but I'm going to ephemerate. I could actually, you know what I kind of want to do is ephemerate Venser now. I've got force backup if they drew a dismember or something. Dismember, they could have a spatial contortion or something. I'm gonna Venser now, use cast Eternal Witness, and just ephemerate again. Hang on a sec. Oh, yeah, that's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. Sorry, guys. At least I'm playing against an opponent who has mulligan to 4 and is just passing the turn. Oh no, I see. We're on upkeep. Yeah, if M goes exile, of course. I knew that. It's just I guess I'm nervous. We have lethal on board though. I think there's very little that they can do here. All right, so we got fortunate that the opponent mulled to 4. I forgot how ephemerate worked for 1 second. Yeah. Well, thank you, Ferdy, for saying it's a punt. I guess it does count as a punt. The point was, though, that we were going to bounce the land anyway, so it didn't really matter when I did it, but I guess Eternal Witness was not the most efficient play. All right, so Pithing Needles in, Ceremonious Rejection in, obviously Disdainful Strokes. And I think that's probably it in this matchup. Yeah. So things to take out. Yeah, no punt bot. I don't punt. I never punt. What are we doing here? Stonehorn, not super relevant in the matchup. Venser, definitely very relevant. Hostage Taker, not super relevant. I do like Siege Rhino as a way to sort of close out the game kind of quickly. Not taking out any counter spells. I think we can trim a couple of paths, at least 1, if not 2. Uro, a little bit weird because things are getting exiled and not really put in the graveyard. Plus, they're not really going after my life total. So I think I'll cut 2 Uros. Even though I'm trimming a bunch of blue spells, let's see, what am I taking out? Taking out 2 Uros and Hostage Taker and one of the paths. Taking out 3 blue spells, but bringing in 3 blue spells, so the math on force pretty much stays the same. All right, so now we just have to hope that the Tron opponent mulligans to 4 again. And that I remember how Ephemerate works. I've been keeping in more paths lately against these kinds of controlling decks. I'm going to keep this for sure, because if he opens up like Tron land map, it's just Pithing Needle on map right away. Nice. Did not want to draw land in that spot. I mean, they're just going to plow right through this Pithing Needle. I'm sure they have Natural Tron in their hand. But we got to try. So all we want to do is ramp with Oracle and draw Venser, and then a Soulherder. I tried naming these things with Pithing Needle before, but don't do that because it's a mana ability and it won't work. See, opponent's gonna find their mine right now, and they'll be off to the races. Nope, not yet. Haha, excellent. Okay. I kind of would like to ramp here, so I'd prefer to not play a fetch at this point. Also, Uro's not in the deck, so I don't really need to fill the graveyard up super fast. So I'm just going to play Hallowed Fountain, play a Coiling Oracle, pray that the opponent doesn't naturally have Tron in hand, and we ramped. Pretty sick. All right, so whiff on Tron, opponent, please. Come on, don't have a mine in hand. All right, they played a second power plant, so we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Walking Ballista, sort of okay. We'll be able to, well, if they play another land, they'll be able to kill Venser, which is unfortunate. I do have ways to deal with this in the deck. I've got 3 paths, and obviously the Knight of Autumn. Been drawing a lot of lands this game. So gonna take my free attack here. Oh, true. Good point. Because I'm bouncing their land. Now we just need a Soulherder, and we should be cruising. What do you got, opponent? Come on, some blink. Give me some blink. That kind of counts. You're going to get rid of this Ballista. It's pretty nice. But it's not blink, so they can establish Tron. Let's go ahead and, again, take our free attacks. I'm going to go like blue, white, green, go get... Actually, I'd love to get my Canopy Vista. But I can't do it this turn. Yeah. Well, I can. Yeah, I can do that. Nah. Well, I don't know. What's the suggestion with Ice Fang first? I think I'd prefer to leave Ice Fang up at instant speed since there's no real reason to play it here. Feel like, I guess Ice Fang could draw Blink, which would be very solid. Could draw a Soulherder, but Soulherder would just get pinged by Ballista, so not the best spot to run out a Soulherder here. We would really just be drawing to Ephemerate. I think just getting rid of the Walking Ballista is sort of fine here. The opponent is trying to naturally draw one of their Tron lands, and while they do that fairly often, I think just getting this thing off the board has to be pretty good. Yeah, they're going to get rid of one of my snakes. Sort of fine. It did its job. It ramped me beautifully. And now we've got 2 nice things to blink. Three nice things in a second when I get this Ice Fang on the board. Opponent in the tank. Hopefully they don't have this Mind to Slam here. Sylvan Scrying. Okay. Not much I can do about that. Even if I draw Force here, I can't really cast it. So they're going to get that Mine and see if they have anything else. All right, so we're going to get 2 draws. Hopefully one of them is a Soulherder. We could also hit like an Ephemerate, not an Ephemerate or a Chord of Calling. Speaking of. So Chord of Calling, I can just attack for 4 and just Chord for Soulherder right now. I'm going to just blink their tower. I think my lands are sort of fine. I can just go get another basic. If the opponent had a Dismember, they probably would have ripped it already. Yeah, they're F6'd. That's awesome.
All right, so let's fade Ballista on 2 right now. All right, opponent scooped. Round 1 against one of our nemesis. Always love to see if my opponents are on the board. This guy was not. Let's go ahead and just immediately jump back in. So welcome everybody to the stream. Hopefully you enjoyed watching Tron lose there. It's always fun to watch Tron lose. This deck is like Bant Creature Jund. Nah, I mean like that, if you're talking about it in the sense that it grinds really well, that's fair, but the blink element of it is so unique that just calling it like a value deck is not accurate enough. Like, we are a blink deck first and foremost. And we tend to stomp normal mid-range matchups. All right, opponent won the die roll. They rolled a 5, I rolled a 1. Have to mulligan. While the opponent is starting with 7. This is fine. This is fine. Gonna open up Windswept Heath for Temple. Hallowed Fountain, and then we'll play Oracle. We've got Blink. I'm gonna keep and put. I'm gonna put Cord on the bottom. Kind of the most expensive effect we've got here. And we sort of have to hope. We don't get this Oracle taken out of our hand with a Thoughtseize, because that's sort of, all right, looks like humans, I think, right? We tend to have a good humans matchup, but we have a slow start. Ice Fang is a good add. Unfortunately, I can't get my basics online too soon, but I can do some nice ghost blocking in a potentially next turn if I hit a white source off of Coiling Oracle. Odysseus, Tron did not draw poorly in game 2. They had Tron on turn 3, but we managed to stop it with the turn 1 Pithing Needle. So it wasn't a case of Tron just not drawing well. It was a case of us bringing in good sideboard cards and sort of accurately dissecting their game plan. Now we won't be able to turn to Ephemerate even if we do hit a white source. Not the end of the world. Ramp is still really good if we can manage to hit that with Coiling Oracle here. Yes. Now, how sick that would have been if they didn't have the stupid Thalia on the table. They had turn 3 Tron, and they had Walking Ballista. That's a pretty good draw. This is so stupid. I guess I can always, like, end step bounce with Kite Sail or something in order to get my Ephemerate back. It's so obnoxious when humans just curves into, like, the perfect interaction against you. So we're taking 5 here, going down to 12, which is pretty yucky. But I feel like the play here is probably just bounce the champion next turn, sort of reset it and try to get, you know. This Thalia is so annoying. Now, actually getting double blue is pretty painful here. I can get my basics online, though, to have some Death Touch. So I feel like but in order to get my basics online, I would have to get green. Actually, I don't have another basic plane, so I'd have to get just another forest, which doesn't let me cast Venser. So basically, Breeding Pool is my only option here to cast Venser this turn. And then I can't get Death Touch. I can't get Death Touch online with the way that my hand is set up unless I draw another Ice Fang or another fetch. Yeah.
I mean, we're on the draw here against a very aggressive strategy, trying to slow him down the best that we can. Next turn, I'll play my 5th land, and we'll be able to Coatl plus Ephemerate, so maybe I just take my beats, try to bounce the Kite Sail on the end step, get back Ephemerate, try to get that going. Seems better to me than just like trading away an Icefang Coatl. Although I could flash in Icefang Coatl. You know, I'm just going to play this. They know what I have. I'm going to play my Windswept Teeth. Going to pass the turn. If they get in with the Kite Sail, I'll just flash in Icefang. I'll get a non-island because I have to. I'll get back my Ephemerate, and we'll go from there. All right. So this is interesting. Now I could bounce the champion, and then I could... Why don't I think I'm just going to start with the Icefang here. See what I draw. If I just go Venser, though, take 3 off of this. Anyhow, I'm going to go Coatl, I think, here. Well then, looks like I'm going to be getting black with this land, which takes me off blocks here. I mean, I could just throw a Coiling Oracle under the bus. The opponent did cycle their Horizon Canopy, so it looks like their hand is not amazing. And then I've got good blocks next turn. I think I need to protect my life total a little bit, so I think I do need to throw something under the bus here. No, because I need to get black mana here, and so I won't have Death Touch. Opponent with no plays. Spicy. All right. Let's see if we can get back into this. Well, that's nice. It is very nice, but we're not going to be able to cast that this turn. So I'm going to play the tap Temple Garden and play Siege Rhino, and that'll be that. So maybe like a basic island would be one of our best possible draws off the top, just to get Death Touch established. But, you know, creatures here are pretty good too, like an Eternal Witness to sort of rebuy Path to Exile. My opponent's got 4 cards in hand. Gotta have something. Oh, are they going to Phantasmal Image my Siege Rhino? That's pretty funny. Okay. Well, I can path that thing. This seems unwise. Okay, alright. You got it, opponent. No blocks. There's the blue mana. I could just get rid of their Siege Rhino right now with Venser. Actually, I kind of like... I can go Venser on the like champion on their turn, and just... Yeah, I can do all this on their turn. Although I'd like to attack with the Siege Rhino right now, so I think I will just path this thing now. Oh wait, I can get my Ephemerate back. So I think the better play here is to path the Kite Sail, get Ephemerate back, then Venser, Venser targeting whatever, and then I can path next turn.
I mean, and I can just leave. I can leave path up anyway. I don't need to do it right away. I think I'll just Venser the Siege Rhino and maybe attack. Yeah, I'm trying to keep Thalia in mind. Basically, I can cast one spell in addition to Venser. Now I've got Death Touch, which is pretty sick. I'm gonna wait till their combat to do anything. Actually, I don't know if I want to get in with Siege Rhino because it would kill both of these things if they block. So I doubt that they would block. And then we've got Path plus Venser, seems pretty good. You know what? I can play this a little bit slow. I think. I don't think I have to attack right now. We do have enough mana to do what? We have enough mana to do Venser plus one thing, right? So yeah, I know, that's the plan. I'm gonna do it on the opponent's turn. They know I have the Venser, but they don't know that I have the Path. Are they gonna Siege Rhino? Sorry, I mean Reflector Mage, one of my dudes. I guess that looks like what's happening here. All right, gotta let that happen. I could also just path. I could path right now and then ephemerate the Siege Rhino. Ephemerate my like if I just path this thing now. No, path the Kite Sail now. Get back ephemerate my Siege Rhino. I gain a bunch of life. Yeah, I know I can't. Then I can't Venser, which is sort of okay. And then I can flash Venser in to catch the rebound. I think this is all fine. They could have like a now if they have like a phantasmal image for the Reflector Mage, that would be pretty dirty. All right, now this is where it all comes together. Yeah, was a little afraid of that. I think I only had 2 blue, so I had to pay for Venser, but that's not a big deal. I don't think like attacks are even necessary at this point. I want to stabilize a little bit more. All right, sick. Let's do this deck. No more lands, please. Got plenty of lands. Yuck. So at this point, I think I can probably afford to get in with this Rhino. If they want to block with everything, it's sort of fine. Come on, we need one really good draw, like a Soulherder, or a Court of Calling, or an Eternal Witness. Opponent with 1 card left in hand. Ugh. All right, so we're back to sort of standoff time here. I don't have good attacks. I do like leaving back the Death Touch. We were getting run over earlier, so sort of feel okay with drawing a land there. It's not the end of the world. We've got so much gas in the graveyard. We haven't drawn any of our Eternal Witnesses yet. Yes, that's pretty nice. So in this spot, we've got so many lands. I mean, I guess we just get rid of their biggest creature here. Still don't like attacking, but I can chill on the path for the moment. Maybe I'll get in with the Ice Fang just cause. Oh, you know what? If they have if they draw a Mantis Rider, I do have the path, so it's not the end of the world. All right, do they have another? What is happening here? An Ether Vial. Sick. That's a good draw. So does opponent want to get blown out by bad attacks here? Doesn't look like it. I'm going to keep holding this path. Got more than enough mana. Come on, deck. There's still a breeding pool. I think I'll go get that. Ferdy, the Horizon lands are or Canopy lands are not good because we really need to be able to fetch. Like you've seen it in this game, like our land sequencing is really important, and we need a certain number of basics. We need a certain number of shocks to be able to fetch right on time. I mean, opponent and I are both flooding. Oh, what is this? Kite Sail. Well, that's sort of fine. I'm going to use that to get rid of what? This champion here, I guess, because it's getting big. It's getting swole. This is game one. I'm really been taking my time in this game, so do need to sort of step up the pace of play a little bit. All right, let's thin the deck. It should matter, but the deck has this like thing it does where it just like LOLs and keeps giving me lands. All right, that's okay. I think I just play this out and gain life. Like, I don't know. Why don't I attack first with something? Still don't have good attacks. I could just play it as a 4/3, but I kind of feel like gaining life. It's like whatever. Not the best draw, not the worst. I could just destroy. You know what? I think destroying Ether Vial is probably better, so they can't like trick me with anything. And I do have more basics, so why don't I just go ahead and play that? Yeah, airplane. Looks like we agreed on that play. Okay, a champion. We're both empty-handed again. I will crack this this fetch now. Can you guys guess which deck is favored as things go like super duper long like this? I've got plenty of card drawing effects. I'm gonna go ahead and kill that Kite Sail. Can always just get Ice Fang back if we want it. Yeah, I know. I know. Urian would be pretty good in this spot. No lands, please. Sort of okay. Sort of okay. So we get rid of the Thalia's Lieutenant. And do I attack? No. Still don't attack. Still just chilling. Come on, Soulherder. Something. All right, that's something. And that is something, again. That was a long time coming. So now we get Ephemerate, and for those of you who haven't seen this happen, it's really a sight to behold. Yeah, but they're gonna make me play it out, rightfully so. I mean, I brought it upon myself, falling 7 minutes behind. Nice. Sweet top deck there. I can attack maybe with the Siege Rhino and then ephemerate it. I can attack with everybody maybe. Hostage Taker is pretty fun. Gonna do it for all you fans. I'm gonna get Reflector Mage. This is dope. All right, well, I used more than half my clock on that game. Can't spend so much time like telling you guys about all my thoughts. We can definitely play faster. 11 and a half minutes, 12 minutes is way more than enough time to win a game against humans. So we do bring in purges, maybe just one purge actually. Winds of Abandon is obviously pretty sick. Ether Gust, not that great, just because they play through Vial a lot of the time. Spore Frog gonna be pretty good. Yep, Froggy's pretty dope. You know, I feel like Pithing Needle has some nice upside. If they play through Ether Vial, it's just kind of like an I win. Like, let's see what I have to take out. Veil is amazing in this matchup. It hits Reflector Mage and Deputy of Detention. Also, Kitesail Freebooter. Should they have that? I'm gonna bring in both purges because they have that General Kudro guy. Uro a little slow for this matchup. I'm gonna trim one Uro. Stonehorn is the path to victory for those of you who haven't played too many humans matchups with Soulherder. And Worship really wrecks them. I mean, Uro gains a little bit of life. It's true. It's fine. I guess Uro is sort of okay. I'm just trying to think about what to cut. It's just Uro's not that great if we're not actually trying to escape him. If I'm constantly chump blocking, I'm leaving one in because it's pretty good. I'm gaining life with Siege Rhino and Knight also. Knight is the other cut, speaking of. And yeah, I feel fine here. Knight's just not good enough in the matchup. I didn't bring in Needle against Ether Vial. This build is different. I haven't played humans with this build yet, so as far as whether I have enough space to bring in stuff like Pithing Needle or Leave in Night, this is sick. This is amazing. All right, let's get it. We can even just get basics and have Death Touch all day. Nice. Oh, that was the wrong land to play. Hopefully it won't punish me. Actually, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. No, I didn't bring Needle in. I left Needle out. I was just saying that. I don't think it's so tight. All the cards I have in right now are excellent against humans, and Needle is like borderline. So what is the opponent doing here? They've got a Pain Land. They've got a Vial. We have no ways to stop Vial right now. Except Venser, I guess, is a good one. So here, I'm going to play Coiling Oracle off of the birds. Not thin the deck yet. If we ramp, I get to play a Ice Fang Coatl. Well, that's excellent. Okay, pass the turn. If this is like a champ, then I'm probably just gonna path him on. Oh, it's a hierarch, so whatever. No pause on the upkeep. I mean, they could flash in like Thalia and, you know, sort of get me, but there's nothing I can do about that. Meddling Mage is obnoxious, but we can always bounce him with Venser. He's going to name Path, I'm sure. Yeah, that's fine. It is what it is. Okay. I don't know. You got me, opponent. You took the card that Meddling Mage named. You got me. So, I mean, Death Touch would be cool. We're getting close to it. But if I get green, then I don't have enough blue, so we're going to get Hallowed Fountain here. Birds is actually pretty nice. Instead of going like double... instead of going double Ice Fang. Opponent has seen my hand here, so no reason to slow roll the Ice Fang, I think. I have to play a little faster than I have been. I could also, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go with this. Okay, drew a basic, that's nice. And still won't have Death Touch, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Temple Garden tapped. And I'm going to pass, and... opponent with the third land on turn 4 means that that's what they drew just now. They could potentially have 2 3-drops, like a Reflector Mage or something. Mantis Rider is beats, but... And I guess they're going to... okay, Meddling Mage naming one of my things. Okay, so they named the other Ice Fang, which... Yeah, okay. Curving out beautifully. A lot of pressure coming now. We've got Venser. We could have Ephemerate on Venser. It would be decent. We're set to take 9 damage here. Can't cast this Coatl. Can't cast my Path. Things looking fairly grim. So I think I just take this here, and we sort of see what we draw. If I draw, like, Worship, obviously awesome, or Stonehorn, that's actually, you know, pretty decent. So now I can Venser plus Purge. If I Venser this thing, and then Purge this thing, I get my Path back. I could Venser anyhow. I think I just have to pass to their turn. I could Venser this guy and play my Ice Fang. That's a nice line. I think that's what I'll do. Opponent, though, if they drew a 6/3 drop here, let's see what this is. Maybe it's another another Mantis Rider. Even like, okay, it's a Mantis Rider. So information is all spelled out here. Yeah, I mean, we could be dead. Probably dead. I think Venser plus Ice Fang to trade with 2 Mantis Riders is probably the best bet. Opponent should have used their mana, like, and then if I bounce it, they can put it back into play, but I guess they can put it back into play. Actually, no, because I'm bouncing the Meddling Mage anyway. Not even calculating this has to be the best possible way to do this. We just need another turn. Let's see if we can live another turn. Death Touch established. Very nice. Land is not what I was hoping to hit. So we can go block. Block. Those guys are going to die. This thing is a 3/3. I could throw all my guys in front of it, purge, and get back path. Don't name Path to Exile. He's going to do it. He's going to name Path to Exile. Which is a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. We've got Witness for a Coatl. Seems decent. But it won't have Death Touch yet. I should have gotten a different land. That's unfortunate. I can play... I think playing birds, I kind of like it. But Coatl's going to draw me a card. I'm just going to play it right now. I messed up my lands. I could... Oh, what's happening here? Okay, just cycling that. I need to hustle, because if I don't win this game, I have to win another game in like 5 minutes. Path. How annoying. You're going to attack with Exalted in the air, I'm sure, and I'll just get rid of the Kite Sail. Come on. Oh, maybe they'll attack with Exalted with the Thalia's Lieutenant. Oh, well, are they going to take my other path away? Maybe I should just... I guess I hit this one, right? That makes sense. Okay, now they're going to take one of my paths. We got to block with something here. They wouldn't dare to attack with both of these, though. They're just attacking with Athalia's Lieutenant, and then I block with the Icefang Coatl because Eternal Witness is better with Blinks. Hey, that means they can't attack anymore. Hold on. Cancel. I mean, it's one part of the puzzle here, but we do need a Soulherder or an Ephemerate, or another Chord, or Winds of Abandon. Opponent can't attack; they're on 0 cards. Come on, deck, let's do it. Okay. Well, these have been getting pretty grindy. Maybe I do want Uro. Yeah, I think I'll bring back in the second Uro next game. Man, we should probably get another draw step here. Even another Witness off the top would be fine to get a Court of Calling. Opponent could attack in the air twice with Exalted. Let's see what they want to do. Interesting. Okay, all right. So easy blocks here and here. And this is 1 and 1. They could attack with Exalted next, but I've got blocks, so... What can this be? Oh, it's a Lord. Oh, I forgot about their Lord. I have a Path in hand. Oh, man, they just got out way ahead. Yeah, all right. I just forgot about the Path, the Lord. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Opponent had quite a lock. Like, I was actually surprised we were able to hang in that long. That game only took 5 minutes, so we've got more than enough time to play another game. We were drawing lands and lands off the top, so I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be back and we'll win game 3. 1 second. All right, so I'm very good at playing fast, but I'm going to focus on the game. I felt very good about my sideboarding there. I'm not sure with 6 minutes left if I want to bring in the second Uro, but it does draw. I think it's probably fine. I'll bring in the second Uro, but I really liked the setup. It was pretty tight. I'm not sure what you're saying here. Chord, Soulherder with Witness. The purges are obviously awesome. It's just removal for the like the freebooters if they take away a path. I'm gonna stick with one Uro, and we're just gonna run it back. I think that was is a pretty good setup. We had a lot of live draws there. We could have even hit like a Spore Frog just to get another turn, but we had 2 lands on top of the deck. All right, heads down. I'm gonna talk, but I'm not really gonna look at what you guys are saying too much. It's sketch, but I'm gonna keep this, I think. Sorry if you disagree. Opponent's mulliganing to 6, already helping me out. I'm not going to path a turn 1 champion right now. I don't want to ramp them to 3 right away. I would let it get a little bit bigger. All right. Okay. That's going to have to wait, but pretty nice. Hopefully they don't have the... If they go Vile to like activate for Meddling Mage, I'm going to path Thalia in response, I think. We get both Ice Fangs out next turn. So Tarmogoyf, what are they doing? I'm just going to rip this now. Let's save our life total. They could have another Thalia. It's sort of whatever. Chalice on 1. That's weird. We took our knight out, so that might be, except for Venser. I mean, I can't play these birds either. Man, Chalice on 1. It's pretty dirty. But we've got our mana. All we need to do is draw some lock pieces. And it doesn't matter. You have a Chalice on 1, man. Might as well get the land. I mean, he can't attack with this right now, right? That's silly. I mean, I played my untapped shock. I guess you have to attack? A little bit weird. Could have a path. If he has a path, that's a bit of a blowout, but I don't think humans plays path, so we got him. We can turn Death Touch back online right away. But I think I just want to get back my Ice Fang. I will attack in the air. They know I have an Ice Fang, so I guess maybe they have a Reflector Mage or maybe a Deputy or something, which would be a bit of a blowout, but I've got to do what I got to do. Come on, give me that card. Sweet. Got him. Got him. Nice. Get wrecked, opponent. Oh, what happened? Oh, they had the cavern. I wasn't even seeing that. Well, I'm going to take their hierarch real quick. Oh, I don't have black yet. I can't play my birds, so I'll start with this. Actually, you know what? I have to wait on this. I'm not gonna play Hostage Taker to take a stupid Noble Hierarch. I don't even want to take Vial. I want to take like a Mantis Rider or something. Okay, I gotta play really fast. So I'm just gonna crack my land now, I guess. Nice. Love it. I can take 2 for now, that's fine. Actually, I'm gonna take the Vial. Actually, no, I'm gonna take this guy. Card advantage. Come on. Let it resolve. Don't have a reflector mage. Blah. Oh, what is that? Oh, okay, whatever. Who cares? They killed their own guy. One drops are off the table. Keep them over here. Come on, Uro. Run low on time. Let's go deck. Bad draws. Oh, I can play these one drops next turn though to get Uro online. And I'm gonna chump here with something so that I can cast Uro. Come on, bring it. Bring it in. Let's get a Soulherder. Come on. Take... Oh yeah, you're right. That would be pretty good. I forgot though that it resets it like that. That's a good call. All right, so let's cast some stuff. Come on. One drops and lands. Opponent's been drawing weird too. Okay, well, I mean... I should have hit Chalice, guys. I forgot that it would have reset Chalice. That was the obvious play. Just need the deck to cooperate for just like a minute, you know? Like, one really nice draw off the top. Chalice, so stupid. All right, well, Hostage Taker's still a relatively new card in the deck, so I haven't had enough reps playing against Chalice to really think about it. Okay, that's a start. That's a start. Let's go Oracle. Hit me up with something awesome. Give me a Chord of Calling. Ugh, not what I wanted. Going for the win here. I don't care if they have like a stupid flying creature to violin. Plague Engineer. All right, why not? Fuck. Ridiculous. The line is Ephemerate Soulherder. Don't draw Reflector Mage. Come on. Come on. Do something or don't do something. Oh, I don't have a snake. Okay, I'm gonna get a Chord of Calling. This is lame. Alright. Now I'm just F6'd. Just F6'd. I'm going to get a Stonehorn. Alternatively, I can draw Winds of Abandon and just win right away with Soulherder. What is the opponent thinking about? Like, what are you going to do at instant speed? Like, vial something in, or don't. I mean, I shouldn't have let my time get so low. What? Chord, get Rhino, Blink Hostage Taker. Okay. Yeah, alright, let's do this. Come on. Wait, what? Oh, fuck, did I mess it up? I messed it up. The trigger didn't resolve. That was game. I had the game. I have an Ephemerate coming, though, right? I have an Ephemerate coming. No, no, no. He's got no cards. He's got no cards in hand. What? What? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Blowout! Oh, wait, 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 wait! No, no! Stop, stop, stop! Oh, it doesn't do it. Doesn't do it. Doesn't do it. Doesn't do it. Oh my god. Guys, I had it. I had it. I had it. I had it. How stupid. The Soulherder trigger was on the stack. Oh, it's what I get for letting my time go so low. So stupid. So stupid. Well, you guys see that the deck can win, right? It's just if you pilot it really badly, then then it gets a lot harder to win. I think I know this guy. I think I've played him before. This is a keep. Doesn't matter how they drew. Like, it's a super good matchup for us. Super good. And I mean the cards that I drew were just wrecking him. Like, even they could draw whatever they want. They flooded for a little bit of the game. Like, I don't want to get like super cocky, but the win was on the stack. I just got spooked by my clock. I'm sure everybody watching understands what happened, but Soulherder targeted Siege Rhino to blink him. So the blink trigger was on the stack, but then they viled in Deputy, of all things, to take away Soulherder. They should have taken away Siege Rhino, which would have kept them alive. That would have been a line that... okay, fine. Well, this is another great matchup, so whatever. I'm just gonna play fast. I'm not gonna let the opponent get too far ahead of me on time. All right, Ephemerate is sick. It's like the best card in the deck. Whatever. None of this matters. Opponent's making very weird plays. I'm gonna get all my basics so that stupid Blood Moon can't get me. I should have played Breeding Pool first. Doesn't really matter. Now they filled up my graveyard. I'm just gonna come at him with Uro. Actually, I do need to draw a green source. I could play birds, so should be good. So what wins against this deck? I'm just gonna try to Siege Rhino and Uro and just, like, take no prisoners. Alright, Seasoned Pyromancer. Opponent's got, what, just lands in hand? They just pitch 2 lands. Pretty good. Force is sort of okay. What did I want to do here? Well, I do want to cast Uro sooner than later. I can Chord for like a 2-drop, seems decent, and then start Ephemerating. So I guess I'll just pass the turn here. If they want to go like Chandra or something, I can just force it. Looks like they might be going 4-drop here. Oh, 5-drop. So if it's like a big crazy dragon, then I'll just take him down. It's another Pyromancer, in which case we could get... Oh, looks like... Let's see. What's happening, opponent? Bloodbraid. Cascading into... What? Lightning Bolt. That's cool. So then, as I mentioned, I think I probably just want to go get a... I mean, this is going to let me cast Uro next turn as long as I draw a land at some point. I'm just going to Chord for a snake so I can start using these Ephemerates. Not blocking. Don't care. Only one white mana here. I don't think it's time to run out Soulherder yet. Land. Alright. So now I might just look to like Ghost Block and hold up. Whatever. I'll just pass a turn. I'm getting a little bit backed up on mana here, which is kind of unfortunate. The opponent's down to 2 cards, going up to 3 on their draw step. They've got this stupid thing that they can cast. Alright, you got it. Pillage. Do I want to use that for anything right now? I guess I probably want to keep that. So I'll just pitch this thing. And as I mentioned, on one card, I'm just totally going to just Ghost Block here. If the last card in hand happens to be another Bolt or something, then well done, opponent. So got him low on cards. Now it's time to just like take him to town here. The one thing we really want to fade is Klothys. Klothys is really obnoxious, but we do have Uro coming. So they cast Klothys, and then we do get to untap and cast Uro before they get to nuke him with Klothys. Alright, no attacks coming. Opponent's going to pitch 1 card. Or 2 cards, I guess. Alright, they got a token out of this, but they're not attacking anytime soon. 2 cards in hand. Oh my god! Scavenging Ooze, what is going on? Yeah, I could have Uro'd. That's fair. I could have Uro'd. So now I've got Soulherder into Cord for, like, Rhino. Opponent can do fancy things, I can do fancy things. How does it feel to not be able to attack? Blood Moon. I guess they can cast Blood Moon. I've got a Birds on the table. Doesn't really matter. Now they have no green mana to activate Scavenging Ooze. That was pretty stupid. So I've got Force or Ephemerate up here. What do you got, opponent? You got some more Seasoned Pyromancers? Okay, seems fine. I've got double Siege Rhino and then Blink on the Siege Rhino on the end step. It's 9 damage. It's fine. They're empty hand. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna force that. Like, no reason not to. We're kind of locked here. More bird seems pretty nice. Kind of weird that the opponent hasn't cast this giant yet. I guess they've had things to do with their mana, like all game. Opponent draws a land, passes the turn. As soon as they draw like nothing, I can just cast this. What are they doing? All right, Birds of Paradise, fair enough. Okay, that makes sense. So let's see. Do I want to rip this? Oh, they're gaining life. I see. I mean, I could keep holding the Ephemerate. Really, no rush on that. Deck just needs to stop giving me garbage. I am currently ahead on time by 1 second. Which, playing this deck, pretty difficult to not fall behind on time. We've got 9 damage in hand. Klothys is obnoxious. I could just gain a ton of life right now, right? Just by, well, whatever. I'm gonna keep slow rolling it. Path is very nice. Peace out, Klothys. Nice knowing you. At a certain point, I should be able to start attacking with Soulherder as well. Like Eternal Witness off the top would just be busted. Well, I guess they're leaving the Scavenging Ooze up, so maybe Eternal Witness actually not that amazing right now. Yeah, no, they're leaving it up, so you're right. Not the best draw. I guess we're more like, oh my god, like, Hostage Taker here is the nuts. I've got both of my chords in the graveyard, unfortunately, so I can't chord for Hostage Taker, but just naturally drawing it would be pretty sick. All right. Indeed, a second Soulherder would be kind of amazing. All right, well, you know, hitting a mountain is pretty cool too. Okay, more mountains. Maybe opponents like waiting to draw like double bolt to get rid of Stonehorn. Okay, exactly even on time. Totally fine with that. Yeah, we're getting to that point, I guess. Blood Moon is totally okay. So speaking of like 9 damage, I think we've almost got it covered here. But the opponent's not really pulling ahead on time or anything, so this is sort of fine for me. They can gain 1 life off the Arbor Elf, so I can wait 1 more turn. Yep, they can gain 1 life, exactly. Yeah. Could also just blink him, but like, whatever. I should have waited for the second one, honestly. That was a little bit premature. Yeah, whatever. Let's go for this now. You guys shouldn't have to sit around all night. If they have Bolt plus another Stomp, that would be pretty sick, but I don't think they do. Are they going to concede when they see the double triggers here? Alright, they conceded. Awesome. So, as I mentioned, a good matchup. And with me not running the clock down 7 minutes below them, we're well positioned to close the match out. So, there's a sick combo against this deck. They're not going to bring in... they're probably not going to bring in Cindervines against us in game 2. So, if we can get Burnt and Forge Tender down as well as Worship, then they can't win, because there's no way to get Burnt off the battlefield, and Worship only cares if I have 1 creature, so... My wife just came home from work. Oh, all right. Well, thanks for joining me, Odysseus, and thanks for your the luck. So, Pithing Needle, probably not. Veil of Summer, probably not. Spore Frog could be kind of nice. It's a loop with Eternal Witness, but they can pretty easily deal with Eternal Witness. I think I do want to leave my... I'll trim 1 4, so I'm going to leave 3 4. Ether Gust is the nuts here. They have a lot of, between Scavenging Ooze and Clothis, they've got a lot of ways to deal with Uro. So I'm gonna trim on my Uro. I'm gonna take them totally out of the deck, I think. I still like Witness though, because I can path a single Scavenging Ooze. If they got a Clothis, like, it's pretty slow. Like, they can only target cards at a certain point in time. Knight can deal with a Blood Moon. Seems sort of okay. Gotta trim 3 cards. The birds are good. They play around Blood Moon very nicely. Maybe I can trim 1 Witness. Deputy dodges Stomp, but not Bolt. I'm going to keep Deputy in. It's been good in the past. I can trim 1 more Force and then 1 more card. Maybe I'll just trim 1 Coiling Oracle. I think everything else is pretty nice. Maybe I'm missing something and you guys can remind me about, like, what I'm doing that's kind of silly here. Okay, well, Double Forest is nice if they go Blood Moon, but we don't have blue mana. We are on the draw. We could, oh, this is a beautiful hand if we can just draw blue mana, like any fetch, any blue land. And this thing's also pretty good. Ephemerate is also online. Opponent's keeping 7. Oh yeah, true. Good call. I forgot about that. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm ahead of game. We're equal on time. If it goes downhill, they're keeping their 7, so maybe they have the nuts, and we're just going to lose to not drawing blue mana.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So they can't kill it with Stomp, right? Because they can't target it. All right. Well, falling behind. One more chance before things start getting awkward. Although the opponent can just play Blood Moon right now, and then we're fairly blown out. We've got 2 basic islands in the entire deck. This probably should have been a mulligan, but I guess we'll see. All right, fair enough. We do have double green. We do have a witness. There it is. I almost don't want to run it into like pillage, but we kind of have to do it. All right. Well, we're still praying for white mana at this point. Yeah, but I'm not blocking. Like, okay, fair enough. Bolt. Attacks. Well, it looks like they kept a pretty sketchy hand, which might be okay. I think I'm just gonna make efficient use. Well, you know what? I'm trying to draw into mana here, so I guess I'll go Coatl here. And I'll play another basic forest. Got Death Touch online if it matters. Opponent keeping the sketchiest of sketch. All I need is, man, all I need is my basic planes. I have 1 basic planes in the deck. Come on. And everything is all good. Oh my god. Well, we've got some redraws, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some redraws. I should have waited to play my land. That was stupid. I'm not blocking for a while, so I'll just go ahead and attack with this Ice Fang. We are winning the race currently. We do have Winds of Abandon, but we're not getting to double white anytime this game. If we get single white, we can play Night of Autumn and blow up that Blood Moon. Man, basic planes off the top. For the win. For the win. All right, well, lands... I guess we're going to run out Eternal Witness. Opponent probably waiting for me to overextend and then wreck me with like a... Anger of the Gods. So many redraws. Opponent not racing effectively, but maybe this is the turn when they play the Anger of the Gods. Let's see. I guess they have a fair amount of burn, right? So they can just do what they see necessary. Oh my god. Freaking Blood Moon, man. Even with Path, I could Path one of my own creatures. Get like another basic island. Oh my god. I mean, this hand actually worked out pretty well. Just they got the turn 2 Blood Moon going. Come on, hit that basic plains right now. Come on. Okay. All right, here we go. Actually, Birds of Paradise, right? I've got 4 of them in the deck. So basic plains or birds, and we just hope that they're to dodge their burn. Are they gonna keep attacking with these Arbor Elves? Man. Maybe they have like triple bolt. What a weird game. At least this game isn't gonna take too much time. It's gonna end soon one way or another. Alright, so there it is. Fair enough. We've got a lot more snakes where that came from. Alright, well, we're gonna pitch the Siege Rhino. Come on, deck. Let's go. Sweet. Oh my god. Deck, give me some birds. Yes. All right. Well, you know, they've got 2 cards in hand. I'm sure one of it is a stomp or a path. Or not a path, a lightning bolt. Come on, fade it, fade it, fade it. Get me that mana. Don't even care about Klothys. I can just piece Klothys out right now. Come on, keep fading, keep fading. Oh, if I can get Deputy down on Blood Moons, come on. Let me get this Deputy down. I get to crack all these. All right, let's go. Deck, deck, deck. Seems like the value is at just getting my basic planes. I mean, I'm putting myself pretty scarily close to I can just piece this guy out right now. Seems pretty good. Just with path. Just do it right now. Now they could eat a bunch of stuff. Play the Knight of Autumn and could also just get Stonehorn down and path. Stonehorn can come later. We're gonna leave Ephemerate up for sure. I can Winds of Abandon right now. Just go, but I want to do that once Soulherder's out. So maybe I just get Soulherder down right now. Then grow the Soulherder next turn. I mean, whatever. This doesn't matter too much. Oh, well, yeah, it doesn't matter too much. I'm at 5 life. It's pretty sketchy. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna, oh, I let them untap. Whatever. Got Path and Ephemerate up, depending on what they try to do here. Pillage on my black mana, that's like the least of my concerns. Yep, you got it, opponent. Well done. Actually, you know what? They don't have a lot of creatures, so Winds of Abandon doesn't even matter. Just gonna get rid of this guy. I'm gonna play Knight of Autumn, gain a bunch of life. Soulherder's gonna grow. Yeah, they conceded. So I mentioned at the very beginning that this is a pretty good matchup for us, and you can see why. Yeah. That was actually a really cool game. Really cool game. They got the turn 2, but the fact that it's like this cheesy prison deck, they'll keep a turn 2 Blood Moon every time, right? Even if it's like 3 lands, Arbor Elf, Blood Moon, and I don't even know, like a Lightning Bolt, like a pretty garbage hand, right? And they got really punished for keeping a pretty garbage hand. We kept a hand. I mean, look at all these snakes we had. We drew through a lot of our deck. Actually, the opponent got pretty deep too. Interesting. I guess we only drew 4 more cards than them. Seems like I would have drawn more, but I mean, what? Drawing that birds was amazing. It's a very cool game. All right, guys. I don't know if I'm going to finish this league tonight, but maybe I'll jump in one more. That guy has 7 undefeated trophies, and we just stomped him. All right, let's join the match. All right, on the play. Love it. And yeah, this is a sketchy keep. I'm going to keep it. Excellent hand, even if we have against like prowess, because we have the 2 paths. And if we draw any land next turn, I mean, we're sort of off to the races. I can go Witness, get back a land. It might be Storm. In which case, we're really looking for forces. But that's pretty awesome. But we're still waiting for another land. Opponent went top, which means that we're going to see a turn 2 something or other. I mean, if it is prowess, I don't know that they run Serum Visions. We can protect our birds if they try to bolt it or something. But if okay, this is Storm, and if they play Baral, we're just gonna path him. We've got some reasonable defense against Storm. We just need to draw some blue cards. We need to draw some land. Actually, just 1 land so that Ewit can get back this Misty Rainforest real quick. Yeah, we're gonna go for this. And we still have Soulherder to pitch. Okay. Getting punished for keeping the 1 lander with birds. Don't love it. Okay, opponent goes Serum Visions. We're not trying to counter that. I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I think I'm at like 147 followers. The opponent went top again. So I'm sure they're going to hit my... Oh, what's happening here? I think we're going to force... We're going to force the grape shot that's hitting my birds. Because we can't really abide land destruction right now. Let's just make sure we know what we're doing. It's this one, okay. Oh my god. Slow motion. Opponent knows I have 1 Ephemerate in hand. Well, they're not doing anything either, so... Could path my birds, but that's sort of neutral. Okay. Oh wait, this is sick. I can finally go get a land. They could just win next turn. What is they remanding me? Awesome. You got it, opponent. All right, well, shields down. Shields down for the moment. Yuck. That means gifts. All right, that was a good draw. So now I think I can afford to play. Actually, you know what? I have to leave up Hardcast Force because they're going to go for gifts right now. Whatever. Got to know your matchups. You got to play and play to the matchup. You know, there's no mystery about that. Opponent was like top, and so they obviously had what they need. We just need to draw some blue cards here. Yeah, DV, we're on the same wavelength here. And we've got removal up for... Okay, what did they do with that thing? Another land? That's nice. Sleight of hand. I guess we don't get any information off of that. Now, we can still go get Force here. We won't be able to hardcast it, which is unfortunate, but we can always Ephemerate for another blue card. Gonna get Hallowed Fountain here. Like, if they cast gifts, I'm going to like double ephemerate, like in response to it. It'll resolve, but then they're not gonna get like Past in Flames off. I mean, maybe I leave up the second ephemerate and path. I think that's sort of fine. I don't need to do it now. Like, if they tried to like grape shot, like value grape shot my Eternal Witness, I'd prefer to leave it on the board. Yeah, so I'm gonna bottom, or rather graveyard, the Monomorphos and the grape shot. They must have Past in Flames in hand already. If they remand it, we can of course ephemerate again. Hope that they don't have a bolt. I think we don't really care about, I mean, it's not that we don't care, but we have to leave like a Goblin Electromancer alone. Because it's on my turn. It's on my turn when they cast the gifts. Opponent waiting. They're waiting me out. So we're going to get to loop our Ephemerate and maybe get something going. What a weird game. Kept the one lander, was getting super punished. Not getting in for any damage though right now, unfortunately. Chord is nice, but we do have to wait until their end step for that, I think. I could like Ephemerate now and play a Coatl. You know, I just want to leave up Hardcast Force, Ephemerate Pitch Force. Like double counters are fine. Are they going for another gifts? Okie dokie. So, Chord of Calling, currently off the table. We do have double Ephemerate if we have to respond to something. Opponent just continuing to dig. Two cards on top again. I don't think this guy has bottomed a single card in this entire game. 7 cards in hand. They're just gonna like naturally storm off, I guess. Yeah, can't force that. Just gotta let them do their thing. They might just be able to grape shot me for 13 or something here. Fine. 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 Yeah. It's time to pass in, time to force, so let's see what they can do here. Double Pass in Flames is going to get me. Wasn't really much I could do about that. I can path this guy right now. All right. Well, I mean, we were really low on resources for a long time, and they just got to build up like an 8-card hand. Pretty sure they've got this covered here, but we'll watch them play it out. You know, just for kicks, see how it works. They've got 3 rituals in the yard with monomorphoses. They're not actually okay. They're just scrape shotting me. Okay, they got me. Cool. Yeah, doesn't matter. Storm is one of those tough matchups. Gets a little bit better post board. The forces are great. The fact that we're running 60 cards is great. Disdainful Stroke is solid because it hits Past in Flames and it hits gifts. Worship, not good in the matchup because they can like kill all of our creatures and then go to our face. Burnton, not good because all of the grape shots are individual targets. Winds of Abandon is an out to all of the goblins, so I do like to bring it in just as like extra removal. I don't really like bringing in Purge since it only hits Goblin Electromancer, and that's just too narrow for my tastes. Teferi makes them play on their main phase, which could be cool. Turns off their counter spells. Yes, Teferi is massive against Arya, actually. That came up last time we were streaming. It was pretty sick, actually. Veil, oh yeah, Veil is awesome. I always forget that it stops gifts. That's awesome. That's just amazing. I'm going to take out Hostage Taker. Not great. I'm going to take out Stonehorn. Venser is like kind of a counter spell. Uro is grindy. I'm going to take out 1 at least. So yeah, Deputy, great for the goblins, great for Arya. Knight, also good for Arya. Not good for much else, but it's worth keeping in. 3 cards to cut. We need win conditions, so I don't like cutting Siege Rhino. So I could see trimming a Soulherder. They're gonna bring in more stuff like a Braids. I feel like we could trim 1 path. Nah, I'll keep the paths in. We want our interaction. I could trim 1 Soulherder, I guess. Maybe 1 cord. Or maybe not. Cords are pretty good. Gotta trim 2 cards. On the draw, maybe I'll trim a land. Gotta hurry up. Yeah, I'm gonna trim 1 land. Trim a fetch, I guess. And I'll trim Coiling Oracle, I guess. I don't know. Just need to get our mana in our opening hand. We did keep a 1-lander that game. And got pretty punished. We were like really inactive for the first 3 turns. It was probably a mulligan. Ah, well, this is beautiful, so we can keep this. Really nice. Almost picture perfect. We are going to need to hit a 2nd land, but obviously Coiling Oracle helps us get there. Get blown out if the opponent has Mystical Dispute for Coiling Oracle. I like, if we do get our 3rd land on time, I do like getting Teferi down ahead of Soulherder. I gotta remember to bring my land back in on the... Sorry, wait, I'm on the play. I messed that up. I totally messed that up. I trimmed a land on the play. My brain is getting pretty wrecked. This deck does a number on my brain. Yes. Deck. Doing good things. Eternal Witness, not online yet, but we do have Force. We've got Teferi coming up. Opponent gonna tap out for their dude here. If we draw another land, we can pass... I mean, you can just bounce it with Teferi, but I'd really rather not. Now with redundant paths, I think... you can probably afford to just tick Teferi up. I mean, Soulherder is also pretty good here. Just Blink Coiling Oracle, and then we've got Force up for their turn. I guess Teferi Bounce. Yeah, Teferi Bounce draws a card, and then they could potentially like play a land. Get to attack for 1. Still don't have Eternal Witness mana, but we do have Soulherder mana plus Path to Exile mana. Does opponent want to play their Electromancer out? Do they want to abrade my Teferi? What do they want to do? Maybe both. Pass the turn. Pass the turn. If they just pass the turn here, Ephemerate would be like the best draw. Okay. I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna let this resolve. I almost feel like I should have been representing like F6 here. Are they gonna Grape Shot my Coiling Oracle and my Teferi? In which case I would probably force the one targeting I don't even know. Maybe targeting Oracle? Maybe they're just going for a bunch of... Oh, alright, well, I guess they're maybe gonna go for Grape Shot here. That's what it looks like. Actually, Goblins, playing a bunch of Goblins would be pretty nasty here. You know what? I'm going to counter this one right now, I think, because that means that they can't... Yes, hell yeah. I'm going to... Oh, wait, they could have Remand, but then I could cast it again. Oh, true. All right, what's the plan here? We've got Eternal Witness. We can go get back Force and just chill. First of all, tick this guy up. Yeah, man, I know. It's just, it's... I feel like it would be imprudent to not get Force here. I kind of feel like just pathing this right now. I got a path on their upkeep so they can't do anything. All right, so yeah, we're gonna path in their upkeep. I don't care about the 1 point of damage. I do care about giving them land sooner rather than later. And then Soulherder can keep getting back path. Or Force, but I was thinking Force. I feel like if they go after Teferi, we might just let this resolve. It's sort of fine, right? Because we can just... we can just play Soulherder and get Teferi back. Yeah, I like keeping Soulherder in hand. Teferi is such a lightning rod. All right, you got it. There's Baral. Now, if they start going off... Oh, they're Grape Shotting here. To wipe my board. This is nasty. If I draw a snake, then just letting this go is fine. So we've got 1, 2, and then Wait, why are they doubling on them? If I blink them, I blink them. Oh, because that means I can't force one of them. All right, so they're doubling up. That's fine. They're playing super defensively. I can't do anything about it, so just pass the turn. Disdainful Stroke is not the worst card in the world. They are down to 2 cards. We've got 2 counter spells in hand. I think I would have to force removal on Soulherder here. As stupid as it seems. Come on, give me something. Give me a creature. Blah. Alright, but now we've got double counter spells up. So feeling good. Good-ish. Good-ish. Yeah. Sorry, opponent. Man, I should have won that match against humans. Like, what was I doing? I don't think I've ever lost a game of Magic where, like... This is forcible. This is forcible. I don't want to give them 2 cards. Too much selection. Alright, so we're both empty-handed. We've got a bunch of sick top decks we could hit. I'm gonna go ahead and thin my deck. I'll get the like black in case we rip Siege Rhino. Come on, give me something good. Come on. Deck. You hear me calling. I'm knocking on the door. Anything. Any creature that can get blinked. I don't care what it is. I'm not even gonna like... It could be anything. Any creature. Just not birds. Don't give me a birds, please. Well, birds is better than land. I'm negotiating. Opponent with nothing in hand. Ah, hell yeah. I love you, deck. Love you so much. Don't even care that I drew that birds. I do kind of care that I drew that forest. Like, we can't catch a break here. Like, it's like, okay, 1 good card, and then that draws a land. No, that drew a birds, and then the next one is a land. Just hitting these meaningless pockets of nothingness. Did I take out a witness? I don't think so. So I got a lot of good stuff in the deck. Man, we don't even have Death Touch established. That's pretty good. So I think I just path right now. It's like whatever, right? Grows the Soulherder, gets the beats going. So I got 1 card in hand. It's not really sure what it could be. Could just be a land. So, I mean, Blink, Coatl, get back a counterspell would... I mean, Blink, Coatl, draw a counterspell would be awesome. Also, Chord of Calling might be pretty good. Even like a... I don't know. Whatever. Okay, well, that's good if we don't die right now. Soulherder conveniently outside of bolt range. I mean, what do we even get back? I guess I'm going to get back to Fairy and then bounce my Coatl and then blink Eternal Witness on the end step and get back Disdainful Stroke. Well, now I can't bounce my Coatl, so... Okay. But it's... Oh, hey. Okay. Pretty nice. Grow the Soulherder. Can't cast a Fairy right now, but I can cast Disdainful Stroke. So... I'm going to get back I'll get back Disdainful Stroke, and then I'll get back something else on the end step. Just gonna do opponent. Yeah, I'll get back Force. Why not? Just a bit of redundancy. All right, opponent conceded. Good game against Storm. We're going to game 3. Sideboard felt fine. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Actually, I gotta get some water. One sec. Okay. So it's been a pretty interesting league so far. I should be 3-0. For any of you who joined late, I had the win on the stack against humans. I gotta bring... No, I'm on the draw now, so keeping the land out seems reasonable. Had the win on the stack against humans, but I blinked Siege Rhino before the Soulherder targeting it resolved because they viled in Deputy, and I had 10 seconds left on my clock, and it fried my brain. So it should be 3-0. Currently, I have a Force. I have nothing to pitch. I've got my mana colors all sorted, but I can't cast Witness if I go and get blue. I've got a path for their dude. This hand can develop really beautifully. It's got the interaction. Eternal Witness. I mean, if we draw any lands between... It's a tough call. We've got Eternal Witness to get back Force. So I think that kind of makes it a keep. Like, we got to draw blue cards or lands. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep. Opponent kept 7 as well, so we'll see how it goes. Opponent went bottom. Maybe they kept a 1-lander with the Serum. Oh, good draw. Good draw deck. Very good draw. That's getting close to turning on Force. I can crack this and go get it back with Eternal Witness. Oh man, they kept the 1-lander. Come on, bottom. Don't draw a land. Bottom, don't draw a land. Yes! Getting close to courting for like a Soulherder. All right, they got there. But we do have our path, which I'm going to rip off straight away. I don't want to let them untap. Oh, you know what? I could just Deputy, right? Deputy, continue developing the board. It's going to help me cast Coatl. Sorry, it's going to help me cast Court of Calling. But, I mean, it's just getting 1 creature on the board this turn anyway. Whether it's Coatl. Coatl helps me draw into... Well, Coatl is a blue card that I could pitch to Force.
And I do like Deputy. Deputy, and then I have backup Path. Seems pretty strong. Okay, we've got Force and Path up, and then we've got Chord for good stuff. Like Venser, bounce their lands? Wow. Alright, so I could do that next turn if they just tap out to like play another dork. Ah, there's that land. Okay, getting a Brawl down. They could remand my Path. Oh, looks like they're going for stuff here. So we Path this now. Just pass the turn, opponent. Ah, always with the grape shots. It's gonna turn my my Chord off. 1, 2, 3, plus the Eternal Witness. Not really feeling letting them kill Brawl. I mean, sorry, kill Deputy. Deputy also just kills the goblins, right? So 1, 2, 3, plus this 1. I think I'll just let Eternal Witness die, and then we can go get another Eternal Witness with Chord of Calling. So Witness down. We drew a land, and we can get. I think I just Chord for Witness, get back Chord, or get back Force. I think get back Chord seems fine. Oh God, what am I doing? What am I doing? What a waste. I needed exactly one more second to think about that. If this was paper, I would have tapped in and been like, no attacks. But now it's wasting turns. Wasting turns. Not like this. One tiny little misstep. Attacking for 1. So stupid. I like can't even do anything right now. This is ridiculous. All right. Well, at least they're not going off right away. So let's try that again and hopefully draw a blue card this turn. Ugh, not a blue card. So, I mean, Deputy is in the graveyard. We can always go get him back in response to... So they've got 3 cards in hand. We've got the Chord. I think we have to pass the turn and just see what they do. I'm not attacking with the Birds of Paradise. And you know what? Yeah, I'll just pass the turn. Are they going to gifts right now? It'd be pretty nasty. No gifts. They didn't go off last turn. Means hopefully they just drew into a bunch of lands. Okay, that's fine. feel like they might just be bottoming remands at this point since I'm like empty-handed. Bottom. Ritual. So if they go goblins, I go get Eternal Witness. Grape Shot is already in the graveyard, but if they go for Past in Flames, I think we might just be wrecked. We don't have Venser here, and I don't have a blue card to pitch. So, 3 drops, I can get an Uro to gain some life. If I need to. I don't know. Or I guess more life is with Night of Autumn. You know, it's like it always sucks when you miss one little thing like that, because I'm not sure that I could have won this game, but now if I lose, I'll never know. Didn't play my best. The humans thing, it taught me a lesson. Like, under pressure, I had like 20 seconds. I could have kept a little bit cooler. So the humans punt at the end of the game is kind of fine, but that thing about attacking there when I was planning on casting Cord for 3, like, I've done that kind of stuff before, and I should have learned that lesson already. And this is a hard matchup. If I had gotten Eternal Witness 1 turn earlier, it could have gotten a Force, and then I could have held up Force. Yeah, this is going to be too much damage. Alright, whatever. You win some, you lose some. Possible I could have won. 16 spells. They've got another Grape Shot in the yard with a lot of... Yeah, they can cast another Grape Shot. I'm just going to concede. So I'm sorry, guys, for not playing perfectly. It's just like little 1 second. Like, this deck punishes you so hard. Like, if Jund attacks with Tarmogoyf when maybe they shouldn't have, not a big deal. But the difference between me attacking for 1 and not attacking for 1 was winning and losing the game. All right, I am going to play the last match, because that's just kind of frustrating. And so we had a chance to win that one. We had the humans win on the stack. I've said that way too many times now. I gotta let it go. You guys can see the deck has strength, right? I mean, it's got game against all sorts of decks. Kind of crushes Ponza. Has pretty good game against humans. Actually, I think we're quite favored against humans. I forget what the first round was. It's been so long. These games take so long. And then it has game against Storm. We've got plenty of counterspells, lots of nice sideboard tech. But it can be really close, like really tense, and you have to play everything super perfectly. So if you like that kind of magic, this is the deck for you. If you like just playing Blood Moon on turn 2, then
Go play that deck. Against Tron, this is okay. Ramping into Venser is actually kind of a nice plan. I don't know, whatever. Let's keep it. Let's give Venser some love. Gonna go basic here. Oh, they've got a companion up there? Luris. Okay, so we might get wrecked. Yeah. Venser's pretty poor against Jund. Oh, it's Burn. Or Prowess, either way. But maybe we can do something. Give me a card. Okay, gave me a card. Very nice. So I'm gonna start with the Coiling Oracle. We're not gonna block with this Birds. I mean, I don't know, whatever. That's interesting. Okay. So we're ramping pretty hard here. I can't cast anything in my hand, so I'll just play one of these shocks. Now, if I draw a Siege Rhino, you know, we're kind of like right in it. Lava Dart, potentially disgusting. I might just Force of Negation it. Seal of Fire. It's gonna resolve. It's gonna resolve. We kept too sketchy of a hand to counter a Seal of Fire. Fair enough, opponent. You got me. I think I... Huh. Okay. I did make my land drop. Opponent on one land, I believe. Pretty sketchy, opponent. Pretty sketchy. But, I mean, I kept a pretty janky hand myself. Ephemerate? I mean, Venser their land? I mean, why don't I just Venser the Soulscar Mage when it tries to attack? They're just gonna play the land out, bolt my Venser, and then attack for, like, I don't know. I'm just gonna get a basic island right now. I don't feel like thinking too hard about it. That'll let me play the Canopy Vista next turn. I feel like I'm gonna get in for this damage right now. Boop. Take that, opponent. Now, if they cast Lava Dart, I'm just gonna force it. But if they... I don't know, what are they doing here? Swift Spear. Yeah, if they're gonna attack here, unless they have Gut Shot, I guess I get got by Gut Shot. But this is... they could also have Mutagenic Growth. Oh, they just scooped. All right, get there. So the super slow hand beats Prowess. Way to go, deck. So I think Teferi's pretty good in the matchup. Obviously, Worship is just gonna be a blowout if I get lands and creatures. Spore Frog pretty good against Prowess. Burrington obviously super good. Now we know what we're playing against. Ether Gust, kind of the nuts. And then, yeah, let's just go ahead and bring all that stuff in as well. And I believe that's it. Only 9 cards to bring in. We can go ahead and take Venser right out. Soulherder just dies to Lava Dart. I feel I always take out Soulherders in this matchup. Hostage Taker is crazy slow. Even though it is kind of a 2-for-1. We can't afford to, like, dirtle like that in this matchup. I can tend to trim some number of dorks in this matchup just because So we're going to be on the draw now. So we can take out a land, I think. I kind of like that. We have a lot to cut here, so let's start off by trimming the Soulherders. I kind of like Deputy just to slow them down, even if it doesn't stick around that long. Maybe I'll trim 2 birds. Stonehorn Siege Rhino. It's possible we might not even be able to get Cord off because they're just like kill our board. But there's only 2 in the deck, so I think it's fine to leave those. Knight just gains life. I mean, it's good, but is it amazing? I don't think it's amazing. We've got 2 Uros. I think Knight is not good enough. Like, gain 4 life, die to Lava Dart? Nah, I don't know. And 1 Coiling Oracle, I guess. Something like that. Let's go deck. Give me some lands. Give me one of my 2 birds, maybe. Give me removal, honestly. Oh my god. So sketch. So sketch. I cannot keep this against a Lava Dart deck. You guys with me? I'm gonna mulligan this. Yeah, I also asked for some lands, plural. Yeah. If we draw a land, this is just bonkers, like super good. But we kind of need to draw 2 lands, so let's mulligan. Okie dokie. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So we do want to cast Teferi. We really want to. Do we really want to? We're on the draw. We're going to hit another land. I'm going to go turn 1 as things stand. Well, I'm probably going to want to path something, but I don't want to get basic white, do I? I just go get like a Hallowed Fountain and path their guy. I think I'll bottom the Prismatic Vista. And you just need to draw 1 land in the first like 3 draw steps or something, including Icefang Coatl. So it's like a lot of draws. Blackcleave Cliffs, Soulscar Mage. Alright, well, as I said, we've got plenty of time to draw lands. This is not blue-red prowess, at least, so let's see how it goes. Alright, well, semi-slow. What do you got? Oh, just a bunch of creatures. Is it worth it to take... Oh, alright, well, yeah. So now I think it is worth it to take the damage. Kill one of these Soulscar mages. Mage Eyes. This Mishra's Bauble could get pretty nasty. They're going to look at my deck, but then I'm going to shuffle it, so whatever. Alright, Hallowed Fountain. Do not mess up this fetch. It's extremely important. Alright, basic island off the top. 1 time. Even just more removal is fine. That's awkward. Alright, so opponent can get Lurrus in hand if they feel like it. Oh man. Hey McDerp. Currently 2-2 in this league. I should be 3-1. I had the win against humans and I messed it up. Messed it up because I had so little time left. I kind of need to draw land off the top here. I'm going to flash in this... I'm not going to block, so, like, I don't even want to... Am I going to block? I don't know. Whatever. Let's play the Coatl. It doesn't really matter when I play it too much. Like, if they're going to go all in on Lava Darts or whatever, Now they can hit my Ice Fang, I guess. Fatal Push. Fair enough. So this is a Malta 6. It was a decent one, but we're getting backed up on lands pretty heavy. All right, well, now we can't even play Teferi with the second forest. Life total's getting low. I mean, start with Oracle. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all what I start with here. Hopefully hit white and stay alive. Blah. All right, so this game, not really going our way. They kept 7, we mulled. Whiffed on lands. Opponent sort of going for it here. Are they gonna? They have a Thoughtseize. You got it, opponent. I guess if I guess I have to chump block here. I mean, what do they even take here? It's like I'm so jammed up. So I need to be on the play. I need to get ahead on my lands. Draw removal. And McDerp, I also lost to Storm. I made one little misplay where I was getting ready to chord, but then accidentally attacked with my Deputy, so I couldn't chord for what I wanted to attack for because I tapped too many creatures. I mean, opponent's got 3 cards in hand. They took the Siege Rhino. I mean, I have to block, I guess. Can't really... Just playing it out. Oh, wait. Reset blockers. Let's block over there. All right. A lot of Soulscar mages. Doesn't matter which one I play at this point. Basic planes? Okay, not basic planes, and not something that can get a basic planes. But I guess I can get a basic island, turn on Death Touch, play a Coiling Oracle, hit a bait. All right. When we get that, we play a Coiling Oracle. We're dead to any spell here, I think. Yeah, still dead to any spell. But again, on the draw, against Prowess keeping 7. Got a spell? They have a spell. A pretty good spell. All right, we've got plenty of removal for this matchup, including Winds of Abandon, if it gets to that point. So we're going to game 3, trying to get that 3rd win. Now, they do have black. So I think Veil of Summer does come in. I'm on the play. I'll bring back in this land. I'm sticking with cutting these Soulherders. Yeah, paintball. You got it. I mean, Teferi is good, but I don't know how amazing it is. Yeah, I mean, so we trimmed 2 forces. Maybe we trim more. I mean, they're playing creatures. We want to force like Kolagon's command. We got Veil for that. Really just like bodies on the battlefield seem better. A lot of B's in that sentence. Maybe trim all the forces, bring back in Knight. All right, so let's get a good opening hand. Slightly frustrating league. Both losses completely attributable, well, mainly one completely attributable to my mistake. The other questionable, but should have been more of a game. This is excellent. But opponent kept 7 as well. So I would not put Lava Dart past them here. All right, well, that makes sense. So I'm probably just going to hold up Ice Fang slash Purge here. Siege Rhino is a good one. So I can play my Overgrown Tomb tapped here. Yeah. They've got Thoughtseizes in their deck. Man, if I can get the Siege Rhino down, it'd be pretty awesome. Well, it's gonna take a little while. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and purge this thing. They got my birds. They got my birds. We're going blue-white next turn, or maybe just even just blue. Well, blue-white is kind of important. Wow, awkward draw right there. Awkward draw. But basically, the opponent kept one land again, for those of you who did not notice. Man, come on. Thoughtseize. Let that resolve. They're gonna take the Siege Rhino. Which sort of means I could possibly get away with just getting a basic island here. I mean, we need white mana for sure. So, that Siege Rhino. Why is Prowess playing Thoughtseize? All right. That's gonna help us sort of tread water a little bit. Basic land. Coiling Oracle. Do we dig or do we gain life? We're not gonna die next turn, right? So I feel like we want to dig here. Just main phase this Coatl. Just gets us closer to Death Touch. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, that's something. Come on, miss your third land drop, opponent. You can't rip 2 lands directly off the top of the deck in a deck that runs. Oh my god! Got to keep some creatures on the board. Just got to do it. Holding the birds, fair enough. Classic. All right, that was a good one. Still think I want to play the Oracle here. That's solid. I can try to trade with this Swift Spear and then Ephemerate. I'll just get in for 1. Cracking the land. Going to 11. Abbott. Okie dokie. Bauble is a prowess trigger. Sort of whatever. Looking at my top deck. I am all set to just trade with this Swift Spear here. And I'm going to continue to hold up the Ephemerate. Actually, I've only got one white, so it's pretty sketchy leaving up Ephemerate. All right, there we go. Just going to get basic white. Or Canopy Vista. Canopy Vista is even better. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. I wanted to turn on Death Touch. Ugh. Just little mistakes. Little mistakes. Not crazy about playing out Deputy right now because this thing gets an ETB trigger. That was messy. Canopy Vista. It's these split-second decisions that I'm just getting like pretty poor at. Like, maybe it's late in the evening, but whatever. I don't want to make too many excuses. Should have gotten a basic forest. Seal of Fire. Another Cling to Dust. I mean... Oh, they want to draw a card. Fair enough. So now, unfortunately, with the seal on the board, I do kind of have to just sort of chump, I guess. Kind of rough. Should have had Death Touch here. Oh, was there a surprise background person? Sorry about that, guys. So, Ether Gust, decent-ish here. I could go try to grab their Seal of Fire and then Ephemerate in response. But then I don't have mana for Ether Gust also. I think I can just get in here. Oh, yeah, Deputy can force out the seal? Yeah, I guess that's the... oh, so you mean, like, go after the seal, and they go for it? Yeah, that was what I was saying, but, they almost certainly have another removal spell in hand. And they know I have the Ephemerate, too, because that was the card drawn off of. I guess I go for this. Even though they know that I have it. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Okay, it's one fewer prowess triggers that they'll get. Just getting a little bit awkward here. Am I going to chump? I don't think I'm going to chump. So just attack. All right, we need another decent draw. Like a Celestial Purge would be good. I think this is another game where the opponent kept like a 1-land hand, so which means they probably have a bunch of gas left. Polygon's Command, getting back a Swift Spear. All right. I'm going to block. Do they have like a Mutagenic Growth or a Gut Shot? Kind of a weird attack. Ah, okay. That's something we can work with. But we are going to have to just play through Luris. They don't get to play him next turn, but it is coming if they don't have too much in hand. We need another draw like that. We need like a Witness off the top. Play a land, opponent. Play your land. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I'm gonna block the Abbot and then Ether Gust the Swift Spear. That's the plan, at least. Looking at my top deck. Don't love it. What else you got, opponent? 2 cards in hand. Put Luris into hand. Decent. They went top with it, so... okay, another decent card. We can just path Luris. All right, deck, just keep giving me good ones. Okay. Come on. Looking at my top deck again. Ugh. I can't attack anymore. One with 4 cards in hand, 5 cards in hand. Okay, still 5 cards in hand. Ah, man. Oh my god. No attacks. Only so-so. Oh god, they get to Fatal Push my Burnton, and then I get to, I guess, Veil? That would be pretty sick. If they get in with Arcanist. Or Arcanist. Looking at my top deck. They don't think they know about this Veil here? Come on, push. Yes. Give me something good. Maybe they have another push in hand, though, which would be pretty nasty. Oh, man. I don't have Death Touch, though. I can get it. I can get Death Touch. I think I will. Go get some more white mana, I guess. Got green, green, green. Got green for days. I'll get more green, I guess. Maybe white. Come on, draw me a path right now, please. Well, that's kind of cool. Don't have triple green at the moment, though. Yeah, that's a decent call. I guess. Let's see what happens here. They're making me discard. That's gross. I could sack this Burrington, but yeah, it's got 2 targets. I wouldn't do anything. All right, whatever. Well, they were gonna kill. They were gonna kill whatever I put in block in front of. Well, what? Anyhow, let's see what we got here. Could get like a Siege Rhino. Seems decent, right? That's pretty nice. Like, yeah, it can still get a lot of value by attacking. I guess Uro is also really good here. Uro is like crazy good here. So maybe I like. Feel like I want to do this right now. But they have this Cling to Dust, which they can recast. So Uro is not that amazing. What did I bring in that might be good? I don't think I have that many creatures that I'm bringing in that are amazing. Spore Frog is sort of meh, right? Like, if anything, I kind of want to get a Witness and get more removal, like get an Ephemerate and get removal. So, like, I could I could cap 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tap like this, get back Witness, and then just get back Path and hold up Ephemerate also. Could also just let him go to blocks and then do it, like if I'm just going to block with Deputy. I could also just Ephemerate to get Dreadhorde out of the picture. I feel like line up blocks. Next turn, line up blocks and then just go big on. Opponent can just bolt me or whatever. I think we line up blocks, get Witness, still holding up Ephemerate that the opponent doesn't know about. And then we can get back. I'm going to tap 1. Actually, I can tap this too, right? So I should be able to do Ephemerate plus Path. They ran that out right away like they were really looking for something. Let's see. All right, well, it's a redraw. Still pretty good.
Ah, Seal of Fire. And I'm giving them value here. I have to block first. They're looking to Fatal Push here. So they're going to do it before blocks, but I can Ephemerate in response to that. Now I can get a 4-drop if I want. 1, 2, 3 plus 4. What 4-drops do I have that are good? Hostage Taker? I took it out. Siege Stonehorn Dignitary, but I need to get some value going. So I need to get Witness, and I guess this is getting through right now. Gonna get Ephemerate. I'm gonna take 3. We're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna get a rebound Ephemerate. I can always sack Burrenton to prevent damage. So now I want to get Siege Rhino, I think, right? Or you know what? No, I'm going to get Ephemerate. I'm going to go for Ephemerate. And then I'm going to get Cord and get... Oh, wait. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Cord. Interesting. So we have... I think I still have to slow roll still. Got to keep 2 white up. Yeah, I've got to. Now, if they just draw a Bolt, I still have Burrenton I can sack, and I can always go get Stonehorn. Stonehorn seems good. Opponent with the 2 cards in hand. I gotta do it now. Gotta hurry up, though, a little bit. I'm gonna try to make him pop this Seal of Fire, too. We need to get things underway. Oh, opponent conceded. Is that the match? I think that's the match. Opponent just conceded to that? All right, so You guys got to see, so you got your money's worth tonight. This was a really, really interesting league. I ended up going 3-2. For anybody who got here late, I had Siege Rhino. I had I had the humans opponent. I had Siege Rhino and Soulherder. The humans opponent was at 6 life. We went to the NSEP. I targeted Siege Rhino. The Soulherder trigger goes on the stack, targeting Siege Rhino. Opponent activates Ether Vial with their 1 card in hand. They vial in Deputy of Detention. They really needed to target Siege Rhino to not die right away. Because if they target Siege Rhino and I ephemerate in response, they still only take 3 damage and whatever. But they targeted Soulherder, so I should have let that resolve. But I had like 10 seconds left on the clock, and I ephemerated the Siege Rhino like immediately, which meant that I then the Soulherder trigger targeting it to blink it just fizzled because it's a new object when it came back. Like all I had to do was let the Soulherder trigger resolve. It would have blinked the Siege Rhino. They would have went to 3. Then I ephemerate. Then it's game over. I was saying earlier, like I don't think I've ever lost a game where I just had like literal victory on the stack. And all I had to do was just like let the stack resolve, and I didn't let the stack resolve. I like jumped the gun. Ugh. All right, well, not a big deal. We cashed the league. Slight misplay against Storm means that I could have potentially gotten a counterspell into hand 1 turn earlier, which could have potentially stopped them from going off. Like if I was able to force their Past in Flames, who knows what would have happened? But I made a little mistake. Hopefully you guys, if any of you guys don't play Soulherder, hopefully there are some of you who don't play Soulherder, because I think that was just like the most fun league. I'm disappointed in myself for making a couple of mistakes, but like, who did we play against in round 1? Do you guys remember? Yeah, McDerp, there is very, very little room for error. Like, those lines against Prowess were pretty nutty. Oh yeah, it was Tron. All right, so let's try to recall this league. It was Tron. I think this was Humans. Yeah, this was Humans, which I absolutely should have won. This guy, I think was on Prowess also. No, what was this guy playing? No, this was, what was this deck? Thanks, McDerp. Oh, this was Ponza, just to like raffle stomp this deck. McDerp, you got here a little bit late, so I'm just gonna like fast forward through this this game 1 against Ponza. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Actually, it might take too long. We ended up getting like a Stonehorn lock pretty early. They couldn't do anything. So, but game 2 against them, we kept I think a pretty sketchy hand. We didn't have blue mana, but I kept it because we had 2 forests. But they got the Arbor Elf, and obviously they're going for the turn 2 Blood Moon, so we get out a forest. Turn 2 Blood Moon. Okay, so we're in a hole here. But we naturally drew that island, which was incredible, because now I can just start playing snakes. And, you know, the odds of us drawing our single basic planes is not very good, but I keep drawing snakes, so they let me continue to draw. Even Winds of Abandon, we only have not even single white, much less double white, so not going to be overloading that anytime soon. So basically, we were racing for a few turns with like our 2 1/1 creatures. Played a Witness, got back a snake, can't cast it yet. Opponent kept like garbage plus like turn 2 Blood Moon. So I'm digging, a handful of white spells, basically looking for my planes or my Birds of Paradise. So opponent decided to wipe the board. Siege Rhino, it's a good magic card. They're going to keep chipping in. I think this is where I drew my birds. Nope, no birds yet. Continuing to pass. Opponent continuing to get in. There's the birds. So opponent with 2 cards going up to 3. I was sure they were going to have a stomp or something, but they didn't have it. So I got to basically go nuts here. Celestial purged that thing. I probably should have deputied the Blood Moons first and then got my mana. I didn't really see that line until the next turn. But deputy the Blood Moons, they go away. I get to get all my mana. And at this point, my life total is low, so I'm sort of dead to top deck burn. But I've got all the removal in the world. They're not going to be able to attack.
just a very interesting game where we both kept extremely clunky hands. So again, it was Tron. Let's see. Tron, sad loss against humans. Ponza, like very different decks. And then this one was Storm. Again, a slight misplay in there. And then Prowess. So that last game was really awesome. And I'm really not sure why the opponent scooped in that position, but I'll take it. I mean, that was quite a board state. I'm not going to go through the replay right now, but I might watch it when we're done with the stream, unless you guys really want to see the replay of that. How about Burrington? Like, Burrington saved me like 20 points of damage in that game. And then she's still sitting on the board as like a sacrifice effect. If they try to like just cheese me out with like a lightning bolt for lethal, I could just sack it and stay alive and continue doing whatever I'm doing. Wow. All right, I'm excited. Yeah, McDerp. It's true. I looked it up. He has 7 trophies, so felt really good about that. This should have been a 4-1 league. It could have been a 5-0 league. You just got to play tight, you know? Play tight. So I'll say it one more time. I'm getting really close to 150 followers. I got like 147, so if I can get even like 1 or 2 more follows out of any of you guys tonight, it would mean a lot to me. I'd love to break 150. I'm really going for 200. I think it's at 200. I was talking to somebody about getting a small sponsorship for the stream. So please throw a follow if you haven't done that yet. If you'd like to support the channel, you can go ahead and subscribe. You can do it for free with Amazon Prime. And actually, my PayPal is at the bottom if you want to just send me like $100 or something. That'd be cool. All of our sideboard cards, I think, did work. Spore Frog came in against some of the aggro decks, like against humans. If we have like an Eternal Witness Ephemerate loop going, Spore Frog is basically like build your own Stonehorn Dignitary. It's also just excellent against stuff like Dredge, where they're just attacking so early, so fast. Like, if we have Stonehorn Dignitary in hand and they're attacking for like 20, just sack your 1-drop, get to your 4th land drop, play Stonehorn Dignitary. It just seems pretty clutch with Chord of Calling. It did come in. We didn't. Did we play it tonight? I don't remember. We named Expedition Map on turn 1 against a turn 1 Expedition Map, and that won us a game against Tron. That was sick. Teferi got played. Disdainful Struck got played. This came in. This hit a Fatal Push. Excellent. Ether Gust got played. We didn't cast Ceremonious, but it definitely came in. Worship came in. I don't think it got played, though. Purge. Every single sideboard card came in. So deck feels really well balanced. I mentioned at the outset of this stream that this is sort of a recently tweaked and balanced deck. Excuse me. I cut a couple cards like Urian and like the 4th Eternal Witness and the 3rd Soulherder to make room for the 4th Path, the 4th Force. These are just these like top power level cards that our deck can't afford to max out on, I think. And it's taken me forever to realize that, like, if we're going to skimp on stuff, like, don't skimp on these things because they're just the nuts. And it makes running 60 cards that much better because it increases the likelihood of drawing these clutch spells. Hostage Taker, I think we cast against humans. We took their Reflector Mage and then cast it like super overkill. So that was amazing. And, you know, for all I know, Hostage Taker could be win more. I'm still evaluating it. It's really good, like, in long, drawn-out endgames against control decks, where maybe they have, like, 1 Stoneforge Mystic on the board and maybe, like, some equipment. You play Hostage Taker and, like, take their Batterskull away or something. Cast Batterskull, pretty solid. I actually took a Snapcaster Mage, cast it, and that let me cast Chord of Calling from the graveyard. So it's just a super fun card, and honestly, that's a big part of the reason why I play this deck. So, what, you think that Hostage Taker is really good against Prowess? So what are we saying here? You like the deck? Tron and Valakut decks do look brutal, though. I mean, I beat Tron tonight, and I beat, what else are you saying? Valakut? Oh, well, Valakut, you know, Valakut, whatever. Like, it's always going to be around. Like, so I get that, Paintball, but do you guys think, like, McDerp, do you agree? Do you think that Hostage Taker stays in against Prowess? Like, I guess our deck does push, or the goal is to push it into later turns. But the idea of like drawing Hostage Taker on turn 2 when like all you need is a snake, I mean, a little bit clunky. A little bit clunky. I get the idea of just like 2-for-1ing them by taking a Swiftspear and casting it. It's pretty dope, but I mean, maybe if I think that Siege Rhino's effect is obviously worth keeping in, then maybe Hostage Taker's effect is also worth keeping in. We can definitely talk about it more in the Discord, but I'm getting a little tired. I've still got to eat dinner. Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. Sorry I couldn't do a little better in the league, but hopefully we all learned something about having patience when you get really low on time. Like, I feel that I've gotten quite good at playing fast. That last game against humans, like, we almost won starting with 5 minutes on the clock, I think. But really, like, you got to keep a really cool head in those utterly clutch moments. I think I had like 20 seconds to sort of figure out the sequencing on that stack, and I blew it. So anyhow, very exciting league, a lot of fun. I'm going to play Merfolk on Wednesday. I'm not sure if it's going to be mono blue or Bant, but I'm going to do it. So if you guys want to see some Merfolk, tune in on Wednesday. So until then, have a good evening, and as always, thanks for joining me. I'm not going to send you guys to another channel right now, just because there's only 3 of you left with me, I think. If they're not playing Lava Dart, you would board Outtaker. If they are a Lava Dart deck, we have so many other cuts. I guess that's true. We can talk about it more in the Discord, but I'll catch you guys later.